Alright, so for my evil... What is it? Yeah, evil Monarchs. I basically just took one of my Ghost Trick Monarch decks, took out all the Ryaz, the Storm Monarchs, and replaced them with Gamrock, the Rock Monarch. And... what is this one? Gamarg, the Mega Monarch. There's only one of these in here. And added in 3 Dark Callings, and it actually works out pretty well, because about like 75% of the Ghost Tricks are Fiend type, plus Caius, the Shadow Monarch, and at least one of the evil hero Blade Edge, or whatever his name is. Caius plus Blade Edge allows you to create this little gem right here. Evil Hero Malicious Fiend, which is actually not half bad. Let's spell summon with Dark Fusion, blah blah blah. It cannot be special summoned by other ways. During your opponent's battle phase, all monsters they control are changed to face-up attack position, and each monster they control must attack this card if able. 3500 attack can be used with Dark Calling, which is basically like a Miracle Fusion, which is really good because it's Caius plus Malicious Fiend. I should probably add in another one for that. But for some reason, DevPro had this weird bug where if I set Dark Calling, because with Ghost Tricks you get a ton of cards in your hand. It's super hand efficient. I love Ghost Tricks for Monarchs because it gives you so much hand advantage. It's crazy. So I have to set Dark Calling often because I just have too many cards in my hand, and I really need more rock types in the deck because I have more than enough fiends. I just need more rocks. And DevPro had this weird bug where it wouldn't allow me to use Dark Calling if I had it set. So it was so annoying. Actually, like, one of the duels drags on for like more than 10 turns extra than it should have, just because I wasn't able to activate Dark Calling. Because even with just one of the one of the Ghost Tricks plus one of the Rock Monarchs, his attack is still about 3,000, yeah, 3,000, 2,900, somewhere around there. So it's still really good because he, like, you know, makes a monster go into attack position. He can attack over little tokens, so it's an awesome deck. It actually works out really well. It's just that bug was just really annoying me. So for this first duel, it's against a, what is it? A Cyber Dark Horn deck. So he attacks into my Jiangshi, use Spectre to get out a monster from my Monarch and draw a card, because Spectre is a little overpowered, to be honest. Soul Exchange into a Gamrock, destroys both his face down cards, got rid of a Mirror Force, that was pretty good. Uses Foolish Barrel for a Dark, for some reason sends one of those guys. Brings out a Chimera Fortress Dragon and then gives up because he knew that was a dumb move right there. Alright, and for this next one I'm playing against... what is that? Gear Town plus UFO Turtle? Oh, it's a weird ancient gear deck. Anyways, I open up with a Card Trooper, mill 3, mill again, because mill is awesome in this deck because Dark Calling is like Miracle Fusion. Dark Calling's great. If you can use your fusion materials from the grave, that's a good card. He MSTs his own Gear Town to special summon out his Ancient Gear Gatling Dragon, special normal summons an Ancient Gear Knight, attacks my Jiangshi, I get to add a card to my hand. I now have 7 cards in my hand. And I can't really use any of them, so I flip them up, add the 3rd Lantern to my hand, and then I have to set Dark Calling and Unearthing. And I can't use Dark Calling for the rest of the turn because of that stupid bug. So I have all these Ghost Tricks in my hand. He can't do anything to me, and I can't push for game because I can't use Dark Calling, even though I have a Rock type monster. Actually, no, I don't. I get one later on though. This is like one of the decks. This is probably a duel where I figure out, like, wow, I really need more Rock types, because just having 3 isn't enough, even though I can search out with Unearthing. If I draw both of my Unearthings, I only run 2 because I seriously don't like this card. But this card is good. I just hate having more than one in my hand because it's only 1 per turn and you can't use your extra deck, which sucks. This card's stupid, but it's so good in Monarch decks that there's no reason not to use it. But I only run 2 because I hate it. So I go into an Alucard because Alucard's amazing. Finally drawn to a Monarch, so I can use his effect to banish my other one. All the Ghost Trick XYZ monsters, when they're sent to the grave, allow you to add a card to your hand. You can finally add the Rock type to my hand. And I can't use Dark Calling because it's bugged. Because you see, with Dark Calling, you can also use it from your hand and the grave. It's not like field and grave, like Miracle Fusion. It's graveyard and hand. So I sent it to the grave because I had 7 cards in my hand. I have to send another one because I have too many cards in my hand and I can't actually summon any of them. Actually, yeah, I can. I just don't. He attacks with his Ancient Gear Golem with his awesome Ancient Gear Tank. And he uses Royal Decree, and I'm just going to use Frost to flip him face down to get rid of that little card right there, even though I do take 600 points of damage because it was sent to the grave. Then my next turn, I can just use Caius, banish that card, add a Gamrock to my hand with Unearthing of the Monarchs. Oh, I add this one. Yeah, that's right. I tried to add this one first, but I accidentally clicked the wrong one. Alright, with this one I'm going against a really bad spellcaster deck. Look at this. Magician of Black Chaos, plus Sorcerer of Dark Magic. Oh my god, that's so bad. That hurt me physically. His graveyard, he has Crusader of Endymome, Gakugashu. Those two cards aren't half bad, but they're not the best. He also has a Magician of Faith face down, even though he has no way to actually use it. Skill Dark Magician, can't really use Double Summon. Double Summon itself isn't really good outside of a deck that really utilizes it to gain advantage, because that's a good -1 with no real benefit to it. And yeah, this is game. Alright, and this one's against a deck that's not half bad. It's a U-Bell deck with Dark Grapher, Limit Reverse, Battle Fader, Swing of Memories, all the good signs of a pretty decent U-Bell deck. I use Ghost Trick Lantern to stop it so I get some tribute fodder. He sends a Doom Shaman to the grave, which is probably why he has so many cards to bring him out. There's really no reason to use Birthright when you have Call of the Haunted. Even using 3 Call of the Haunted is a little bit too much. So he has Silent Doom, Swing of Memories. Wow. Why didn't he use either of those? I don't think he knew that U-Bell's effect doesn't activate on itself. So I destroy my own card, that way I can draw a card off of it. And I just attack with these two. See? Evil Hero Gaia, even with one of the Ghost Tricks, is still 3200 attack, which is awesome. Finally uses Silent Doom, which he should have used his last turn, even if it would be destroyed. Actually, Silent Doom doesn't destroy at the end of the turn, so he would have been completely fine if he just used that. So I go into another Dark Gaia, 3000 attack. Great. See, this is why the deck is awesome right here. Even if that stupid Dark Calling doesn't work when it's set, which does happen from time to time since Ghost Tricks have crazy hand advantage, it does actually work out really well with Ghost Tricks because they're all Fiend type. The only problem with this deck though is I need to add in more rock types. Alright, here's the deck. 1 Gamrock, 1 Malicious Edge, triple Caius, triple Gamrock, triple Jiangshi, double Card Trooper, double Maxi, 1 Frost. I only ever use 1 Frost because while Frost is better than Lantern, Lantern can be added to your hand through Recurrent Nightmare, which makes it better. So, triple Lantern, triple Spectre, 1 Mary, because Mary is great for getting out Jiangshi, 1 Allure, triple Dark Calling. Dark Calling is awesome. It's really good, actually. I think this might actually be better than just a straight-up Ghost Trick Monarch deck, if I can find a way to add in more rock types without breaking the core of the deck. So, we have 3 Dark Callings, 1 Dark Hole, triple Soul Exchange, double Recurring Nightmare, double Unearthing, even though I hate this card, it's so good in this deck. Triple Breakthrough Skill, because this deck does use Mill. Otherwise, I would use triple Effect Veiler, because I prefer Veiler over Breakthrough Skill, but with Mill, I always like to use Breakthrough Skill, even if it can be lanced. And double Vanity's Emptiness, because I've been running this in all the decks I've been making lately, because this card can seriously win you a duel by itself. It's that good. Then we have Evil Hero Malicious Fiend, a triple Evil Hero Dark Gaia, 1 Galaxy Eyes Tekken Dragon, 1 Divine Dragon Knight Felgrand. You want to go for some rank 8 monsters, because the evil heroes are both level 8, plus you do get this card out quite often because it's easily searched through Unearthing, so you can go for a rank 8. And then you have Gaia Dragon to throw on top of your 2 rank 6 monsters, because, oh crap, I have rank 4s in here. This is probably from an earlier build. Yeah, you don't need any rank 4s in here because you don't have any level 4 monsters in the deck at all. So, I have a Ghost Trick Alucard at least, a Wind Up Zen Mine, so that covers my cards. I would probably want the Divine, I don't remember his name, the dragon that allows you to special summon a monster gets removed from play, because you do banish cards with Dark Calling. 1 Duelahan and 1 Synod Magician. I'd probably add in 2 more Duelahan. Oops, I accidentally clicked that out. Basically, you take out the Cowboy and the Mouse Stroke and add in 2 more Duelahans, because Duelahan is super legit. And these are the cards I whenever I have a side deck, these are just cards I want to switch in if I'm testing it out. Gigantus would be good, but there's not enough Earth monsters to use them. And Gaia played the Earth Giant, pretty much the same problem as Gigantus. There's not enough Earth monsters to actually bring him out, because this card can actually be searched out through unearthing. So this would be the ideal deck, the card, but just doesn't work. And then Revival Golem, he only has 100 attack, so that automatically just disqualifies him, because all the Ghost Tricks already have low attack. I can't also have the Rock monsters with low attack as well, or else Evil Hero Dark Guy won't have any actual attack. And then I love running 3 recurrings, but this deck doesn't require that, since it actually does use the graveyard for Dark Calling, and I never run 3 unearthings. Even if this card is great, I won't do that. And I don't ever run any other Ghost Trick supports because they're not really that great. I don't know why Book of the Eclipse is here. That was probably a mistake, just like having the 2 rank 4s in the extra deck.